Venom is absolutely incredible. Hello everybody, welcome to some gameplay footage of Venom in action. Got two games to show to you. One is where I do a good amount of damage. Look, I've seen people do incredibly high amounts of kill games. It just happens with the matchups and things going well. You can see like we've got a good team up here with Penny Parker and Spider-Man. But one of the other things is that in game one, you're going to see 11 kills, which is okay, you know, but do bear in mind this is a tank. Blocking damage is the most important thing. In a moment, you're going to see like, well, what is a tank in action and kind of like a different way of play. So the first thing that I'm kind of playing, this is one of my first games playing the villain and the tank in general. And it's just understanding when is the right time to kind of fly away on your symbiote in stuff, the mutation, you know, symbiote's going to latch you and take you away, but also like how you play the character. I'm remembering things like I have to remember to put on my shield as much as possible because I need to absorb damage. I need to be that front end tank, but also my heroes around me need to be kind of supporting me, and a lot of the time it's you've got to make key decisions. And one thing that I didn't make a good decision there was I rushed off in front of everybody, but not kind of in association, not like with everybody with me to support me. And because they weren't there to support me, like that's me, like I've got to stay back a bit more and kind of like just remember to be in the thick of it. You're going to see that in game two. So game one is very much kind of like a fly loose kind of DPS. Like I'm trying to be like very much up front as I just knock one of those lanterns away. That was funny. But yeah, I'm kind of like just a bit up front here. I do have like allies with me that are healing me. You can see them trying to heal me. But I need to be that up front tank. I need to be absorbing damage. I need to be popping the E, which I'm not doing. There, I just did it. It's like a listening to me. But yeah, popping it just to kind of like absorb some of the damage and being front end. It's fine to be front end, but you've just got to be wary of where your allies are, where the healing is, and where other tanks are the vanguards, like Magneto. Magneto can give me a shielding. I think Doctor Strange can do the same, and just be close to them and be that upfront with them because you want to be able to do as much damage as possible. But at the same time, Penny Parker, that would be good. I don't know what those two are doing there. Come on, we need to push up a little bit. Or are they being smarter and waiting for me, which is very smart and something that I haven't been doing in this particular first match. So when going into danger, like which I am now, I need to kind of like remember to do a bit of ranging, which I'm doing a bit of range now. Need to pop that shielding, like with the E. I need to get that shielding on. There we go. Especially to keep myself alive for longer, you know, do that front end damage, but I'm now front and center. There's nobody around to support me, and it's just remembering that as well. Like I can complain about where my support is, but I need to be looking around. Any tank needs to know that, like where's the heals, where's the extra shielding from other tanks and other vanguards, and that is something you've seen. So I'm not gonna like, you know, talk about like, you know, ripping on myself. I'll talk about the ultimate as well. Making decisions of when you throw the ultimate is important. I do like flying around on the symbiote and then dropping down with an F-bomb, so to speak. And in there, of course, we went to ultimate, which is good timing because it's 2 for 1. And well, I say 2 for 1. I actually think I maybe got 1 there. This was fun because I just kind of got right here and just started being a bit aggressive, getting 1 down, and then kind of coming back and kind of retiring back a little bit just to, you know, making sure there was allies. When it comes to like playing the character, this is going to be down to like, I suppose, individual play styles of like how you choose to play the character. It's knowing what people flank. There's a lot of flanking. You gotta have your eyes on a swivel. Like you gotta have like, you know who's coming around different types of bends, and you're gonna see that from time to time. Like you gotta just watch out just in case. This, by the way, spoiler alert, is going to be a win. But I think it's a win because we had some good damage dealers. And there's a good example. We got flanked, and you need to be very wary of that. Now, I went for a shielding, and I flew around and did the F-bomb, so to speak, which is obviously you pressing F and you're doing the bomb whilst you're kind of flying around. We've popped then the shielding and then going into play aggressively, which is good because we pushed, and if your allies push, but then we got swarmed. And that happens as well. Like the course of the battle changes in a rapid succession. But I love the gameplay. I love the way that Venom feels, Venom plays out, and the ability to be a strong attacker, do a bit of damage as well at the same time. This is I want to say this is a 7,000 damage game, 11 kill game for me, which isn't too bad. I'm kind of focusing at this particular point. I think this was, I recorded this on the Tuesday. And then I was like, right, let's go and play on Wednesday, which I think I'm trying to upload this today. And this is a good example there. Shielding on, which is great. The F-bomb, very poorly timed. But I am very much being a front end for my allies in attacking some of the enemies. Either way, get a win, and that's the main thing. But in this next matchup, you're going to see some strange things are happening. Strange things in the fact that our DPS does no DPS. Our duelists don't really do much. It's no kind of like disrespect to any of them. But when you need to be in the front end of damage, it's important. Oh, I blocked 9,000 damage and did, you know, a good chunk as well. I got a lot of kills. This match is very different. This one is going to be a bit of a disappointment on the extent of doing damage and actually making progress. We made no progress. There's some really good players on the enemy team, and you've got to give them props and credit. I felt that I played well, and I think there was a few other people that played relatively well on this. Of course, when you come out of this spawn point, there's going to be a flurry of enemies coming towards you, and they usually congregate at the bottom of the slope, which you're going to see in a moment. I'm going front end first and foremost. I'm going to be just kind of disrupting play and sitting in front there, and kind of focus firing on Venom. Because like I think if I focus on the tank, then at least I can be the one to kind of just, you know, barrage them a little bit, which I'm trying to like bring in a lot of the damage to me. Right off the bat, getting knocked out, respawning, you know, that's not a great start. But what is a better way of kind of progressing through this is me kind of understanding, again, this is the point of like changing my philosophy of how I'm playing Venom, and it's looking to who's my Doctor Strange, who is other Vanguard's tanks, and also making sure to be safe as possible, closer to healing, which you can see that they're rapid healing me at the moment, and I'm absorbing so much damage, but also just finding out where Doctor Strange is, trying to protect Doctor Strange as much as possible. It's going to sit behind that kind of defensive astral projection that he's doing right now. He's doing a few portals and things, but look, I need to sit back, I need to be absorbing that health and absorbing everything, and kind of keeping close to the goat cart, but staying and kind of with Doctor Strange. You can see like that's benefiting, that's helping. We're trying to like do a push, but I am trying to as well absorb damage from Venom so my allies don't get hit. And it's tough. Like I need Doctor Strange as much as possible. You can see he's massively helping out. And also I'm popping that shield, that E shield, as soon as possible. As soon as it's up, it's not now, but I'm waiting for danger, popping it and going into like danger to try and help the push. And one thing I do is I don't get knocked down quite so many times, and I keep my kind of kill death ratio relatively well, healthy. I'm dropping back and then going in and dropping back, waiting until I got my my main attack and going in to protect Doctor Strange there. The reason I'm doing that is hopefully just to kind of not go too deep. And that's the one thing that I was doing wrong in previous fights, is going too deep. But utilising Doctor Strange, sticking with him, and kind of working with him. And that's something as well that's been beneficial in this particular fight matchup. It's other people, and again, as I said, I'm not throwing shade or disrespect to anybody else in that group, but they needed to do damage too. Like, I can absorb a load of damage for them, but you need your teammates to at least do a bit of damage. I mean, maybe they're new to the game, and that's something that you have to consider. Like, are they new to the game? Maybe they had a really like off day, like an off match, didn't play so well. But in any case, with the Venom, you can see like what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to absorb as much damage as possible. I want to be absorbing the damage, so at least that gives my allies a chance to at least fight back. And that's one thing so far. Like, I'm just checking the scores, and like, we got DPS people. Like, I'm on 3 kills. And I'm not saying that, I mean, should I have more kills? Maybe. But like, I'm being focus fired as much as anybody else, and I'm trying as much as possible to, you know, to get that damage absorbed and try to be helpful to my my team, which is not easy, by the way. Could it be a case that some of these people should have changed their characters if maybe there was better counters to them? Again, possibly. Everything's perfect in hindsight. And with Doctor Strange pushing again, I'm kind of like watching him, but also I'm watching out for Venom's ultimate as well as many others' ultimate as well. And making sure that as much as I'm playing aggressively, and I'm trying to like move from left to right to kind of absorb as much as the damage coming in, and also trying to do some of my abilities, is I'm picking my time. There we go with the ultimate, to try and push through, but I can't push deeper. I push deeper there, but then I come back because I don't want to outstretch myself and get myself knocked out. I come back, I wait for my shield, I'm then ready to push with everybody else. And again, that's that's something that I should be kind of putting into my Venom play, and it's cool to see it working so well, where I'm, you know, being aggressive, I'm pushing, I'm trying to help out, I'm trying to tank, I'm trying to protect, but at the same time, there's only so much I can do. I can't be front end absorbing, I can't be back end of the cart absorbing, I can't be DPSing, I can't do everything, and that's something you may find that you are kind of like, yeah, you can't be like a master, like a, what is the word, like the kind of phrase, it's like a master of none, it's like, oh, a jack of all trades, master of none, like, I need to stay a vanguard, I need to be absorbing for everyone else, I need to be aggressive, I need to keep myself alive, because the longer I stay myself alive and healing, which you can see that, I'm getting healed up nicely, and I'm being focused healed, which is great. There it slips, but I was so close to getting my shield, and if I got my shield in time, I probably would have stayed alive, and that was the first, like, death that I had in a very large amount of time, which, like, it's always a tricky one. We're gonna fly back into the action, but it's like it's done. This match is over. Spider-Man's flanking, which is not great, especially because nobody's picking him up. And if I'm the vanguard and I'm picking it up, that ain't great, because then we've got like other people there. Just Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is doing fantastic. I think me and Doctor Strange did great in what we were trying to do, just to kind of like absorb damage. I've just gone into my shield there. Again, I'm utilizing my shield effectively as possible, but there's not much I can do, and it's a losing battle at the end of the day. Incredible. But the thing is, the Venom on the other team had a great game, absorbing a hell of a lot of damage, and that's something that yeah, play is going to be important. Hella, of course, when the enemy did a great job, 22 kills, so fair play to the enemy. But you know, there's only so much you can do, but it just goes to show you that I think there was like a high amount of absorption. Yeah, 15,000, and the other one had a high lot as well. I did a lot of damage, but it was a losing battle. Everyone was not having a great game. In the end of the day, you just got to do your bit, but I love playing Venom. What are your thoughts? Put it in the comments down below.